Hi, Eden from Pilates Central here. Just talking about some of the most common mistakes that people make when they first start Pilates. And essentially, Pilates is one of the most evolved forms of physical training, so we're always trying to work and exercise smarter, not harder. Which means that often we'll come across some unfamiliar movements or breathing patterns, and this often leads to people holding a little bit too much tension. It's mainly because they're trying to try too hard, and that's lovely that people are coming in and trying too hard, but this tension can stand in their way a little, and it actually makes things a little bit harder, not just physically but mentally. That tension gets in the way, and don't worry if you make a little mistake or you haven't quite got the breathing. It's a bit like peeling an onion. As you peel away the layers, everything becomes more clear. You get what you're doing, and that's what the instructor's there for. They're there to help guide you through this process, fine-tune the process. We all need a coach, and that's what your Pilates instructor is there for. They're there to help coach you through and give you the best possible experience, the best possible outcomes that they can. The next major thing that people tend to do when they first start Pilates is they tend not to focus enough, which is like the flip side of the first issue. And so with this focus when you're exercising, this really means that we transform just exercise into a mindfulness practice. And the better that we can focus on a movement, the more engaged you become with your whole body. You get all those benefits that mindfulness gives you. You control your breathing, you lower your blood pressure, you improve your memory, you improve your cardiovascular health outcomes, and this flows through into our sleep. And when we go into that deep REM sleep, it means that our brain literally teaches itself how to do these movements and breathing patterns better and more easily. So I very often see people come in for their first session, and we're asking them to do unfamiliar movements on unfamiliar equipment, and essentially it all feels a little bit strange. And then as we go through the next session, it's a completely different kettle of fish. It's a bit more familiar, you know where you're going, the breathing seems to make more sense, and then we really know that we're making that beautiful foundation so you can get fit, toned, flexible and pain-free as quickly as possible. And probably one of the other major things that people really worry about when they're doing Pilates is they feel worried that they're not working hard enough. And this is usually the case if we're working on an injury or trying to correct the posture. So usually with an injury situation, some muscles have been switched off or impeded, or they've become atrophied through lack of use over time. And essentially when we're trying to re-engage into those areas, takes a little bit of deeper concentration on your part, but also a little bit more focus on the instructor so that they can get the movement pattern happening correctly, and then we really start to build that foundation so that we can move forward from there. Once these things are firing again and the posture's all lovely and correct and you're using it, I always know that I'm starting to get somewhere when somebody says, "Oh, Eden, I was thinking the other day about doing this thing at work, and I heard your little voice in my head saying, oh, pull those shoulders back, stand up straight, or lengthen the spine, or engage the abs." And it's not really me that's helping them, it's their own little internal voice helping them to be a better version of themselves. And essentially that's what we want. It's lovely for you to come in and do great things in the Pilates studio, and we want you to have a lovely experience and really work towards doing a more interesting and exciting repertoire. But it's really when the activities of daily life start to become easier and happier, and you move with grace and joy, and that's really what it's all about in the end, enjoying life. Thanks for watching. If you want to make a comment or ask a question, you can do so down below, or you can go to our website www.pilatescentral.com.au. We're on Facebook at Pilates Central, we're on Instagram at Pilates GC. Just get in contact, we'd love to hear from you, and have fun.